Podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast. This is Naz.
This is Ashley.
And it's Lauren.
And we have a special guest with us, Hannah Berner.
What's up, guys?
She's a burner.
She's a burner.
That's my name.
She was on Bravo's Summer House, but also has her own podcast called
Berning in Hell. That was my Satan voice. That was my devil voice.
I love it.
It's a devil worshipping podcast. Just kidding. Everyone in
down.
LA is like, what?
No.
No, Lauren would be so
All
down.
New Yorkers are like, yeah, well, so.
I'm like, yeah, that's how I survive life, just living my dark thoughts. No, it's a mental health comedy podcast.
Mental health comedy.
I talk to people about their demons. Let's be honest. If you can laugh about the hard shit, life is a little bit easier.
Yeah, we totally agree, which is why we brought you on. And we actually thought, first of all, we want to know a little bit about you, but we also thought it'd be fun if you kind of just took over the I Don't Get It podcast today and do what you do on your podcast, because that's like really interesting.
You guys are masochists, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did The Bachelor 4 times.
I have watched Ashley, and like one thing I always respected was she was always her full vulnerable self. So that's why I thought this would be fun, because I know that she won't give me bullshit. She'll tell me the
I don't know
real
what's
shit.
to come here.
I know. I'm a little nervous. It's been a long time since I've been like interviewed in like a emotional way, like The Bachelor, and now be interviewed by like Us Weekly.
So wait, are you like a psychiatrist?
No, I think that I've gone through a lot of my own bullshit, and I think I'm naturally a little intuitive, where like I'm a sensitive person.
Are you a Pisces?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, I love
Leos are
Leos.
nuts.
Oh yeah,
Are they? I don't think so. I think Virgos.
You like
which is-
attention, obviously.
I like the limelight. I'm very loyal.
That's funny. I'm an Aries, so we get along.
We
You're
get
a
along.
Virgo,
You're
right?
Virgo.
I'm Virgo.
Virgos are psychopaths
I
of the
love
zodiac.
female Virgos. I'm very attracted to male Virgos, but I fucking hate them. What are you?
Same. They're fucking
they're the
nuts.
fucking
What's
worst.
the word?
The
Like they're
worst.
cocky, but like they're
Yeah.
What's the word when you're obsessed with yourself?
Narcissists.
You're narcissist.
They're
Yeah.
so like I
And-
feel like into work, and like I'm very also attracted to Virgo men, and I just think they like don't know what the fuck they want. They're psycho.
If anyone's
they know
listening,
exactly what they
look at the chart, and you should not fuck with dudes who are right next to your
Yeah,
sign.
that's right. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wait, Ashley, what are you?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay, I love a Pisces. My mom's a Pisces. I'm currently letting a Pisces put his dick inside me. So we'll see where that goes.
Is that okay?
You know what?
Okay.
I
It's
never
okay.
knew how I felt about Pisces men, because like they're so mushy and emotional and like sappy that I wasn't sure how I'd feel about that. I never had a thing at all with the Pisces man, but Justin Bieber is.
Wait, but what's so weird is I would think you would love that.
Wait,
like a
is your
mushy,
Pisces
I don't
sassy
need
man.
any more of that.
Like
that's
you're
why
too much of it. You don't, but Jared is mushy and
Jared
sappy.
is a Scorpio, where like he's the darker version of that.
That's perfect.
That's
for
why
you
it's
then.
perfect.
Yeah.
And he's enough drama that when he snaps, it like keeps you going.
No. Yeah.
You're like, when will he stab me? I don't know. Ooh, I'm turned on.
We're
I'm so
counting the
turned
days.
on.
I
We
put
don't
him in my
know.
will today. I was like, I put you in my will today.
You did your will today?
Well,
It's
that's
my,
a bad
it's my
move.
investment beneficiary.
Oh my god,
it's
you're
not
so
for-
grown up, Ashley.
It's not like my will, but it's like where like all my investments would go.
That's amazing.
And I guess we'll just put it out there. I had you and Jared split
Lauren,
right
me.
now.
Me, not Naz.
Yes. But like it has to be reevaluated in August, because it
Lauren's
always
like
has
me,
to be
right?
It has to be reevaluated in August when people get married. You automatically have to like redo it.
I'm still in that.
I don't know about that, Lauren. I don't know about that. But but yeah, anyway, so I had Lauren and Jared
Wait,
split.
that's so crazy. Do I need to be doing that right now?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, why do you have to do that? When do you do that in life?
It's just something I had to do with my investment company.
That's so crazy.
But so
You know you're doing well when you have an investment.
I know. I was like, well, I guess I don't
I
have.
doing that with my 3 pennies?
no, actually,
I'm like, I have a Metro card with $30 on it.
you want to hear how actually older I am than you think? It's because I started a retirement fund.
Well, that's
You're
my
fucking
retirement
adorable.
plan.
She is cute.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
And old.
amazing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Do you do this on your own, or is your dad?
No,
like,
my dad guides me.
Your dad. So how come you don't do that?
I don't have
Lauren?
money. I have like $3.
But you don't have to make those hard decisions.
That's true.
But you
I
have half
also, if
of-
I don't pay taxes, no one will notice.
You guys, so many more problems.
But also, you have half of Ashley's investments.
Oh
You're
wait,
fine.
but I have to. This is the whole reason that I said this in the first place. Is like I was like, Jared, I'm adding you to my will right now. He's like, that's dark, and I'm like, don't you want to say something more than that's dark? It's like, I think that you're this important to me that you're like, we're now officially family. Okay. That's what this is right now.
Or like your next reality show is going to be you on a true crime podcast or documentary because he murdered you for your money. I love this.
Oh my God. Instead of like Dirty John, it's going to be like Bachelor Jared. And then
that's what I told him. I was like, are you being so nonchalant about this? Because like, you've been waiting for this.
Exactly. He heard you had an investment person. He's like, I need to propose.
Okay, well, back to your Pisces man. I just want to know, like, is he highly emotional or what's his like qualities?
He has a calmness to him that I lack. And I used to be attracted to like guys who had my energy. We were like, yeah, party, loud, fun. But then I was like, oh, we're literally going to combust.
Right.
But I want to be with someone who calms me.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, as a Leo, I'm like very showy. So I get tired and want to be able to come home to someone that doesn't make me want to feel like I have to be on all the time.
Oh, that's nice. Do you love him?
I don't know. It's been like way too soon. I'm in this place where I'm very like focused on myself in a way that I used to love guys to just like brag about them for my ego. Mm-hmm. Like I used to make just tons of jokes on Twitter about like only dating dudes 6'2" and up. And like girls think it's so funny. And then I wrote it like it's jokes are like for a specific audience. I'm learning because there was
First of all, it's not really a joke. Like I feel like you have to breed for height, and sometimes I feel like I'm single.
Athlete.
I'm single because I'm 5'2", and I know men breed for height, and they're like, this bitch is gonna give me short kids. Probably.
I feel like you're making up stuff no, you're good.
No, men breed for height too.
I mean, maybe subconsciously.
Yes, it's very Mora.
But I feel like I was using that as a defense mechanism. There was this sports like meme page. I don't know why I follow it. And they had a guy shaking his head really fast and they go, who could write the funniest meme? So I wrote, when a guy talks to me whose height starts with a 5. Literally, if I put it on a girl's page, they would have been like, yes, queen, you're my fucking hero. Well, dude literally wrote, I will kill your family. And it got like 300 likes. And I was like, okay, delete.
No.
Oh my
God. Are you serious?
There's so many good memes like that.
Guys need to see a joke in it as well.
Guys hate being told that I won't have sex with them.
Well, the thing is,
that would probably hurt their ego.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7". I'm sturdy.
I'm sturdy.
I'm sturdy.
The thing is, you can't do anything about height. That's what sucks. It's
That's
like when
why
people made fun of our voice. It's like, well, fucking thanks.
Yeah, one time early on in the podcast, somebody told Naz and I that we were single because we like kind of sounded like men, perhaps. That was their hypothesis as to why we were perpetually
don't get
single.
Me started. Women need to take up space, and women need to be loud, and women need to laugh freely. There's like a reason, like femininity is like vocal fry and like laughing like no, fuck that. And if you think it's like a man, no, it's society saying that women shouldn't be loud and take up space, but we've taken up space right now.
Yep.
Well, so that's what my biggest argument with The Bachelor has always been, that they seem to like really make the girls who are super stereotypically feminine, soft-spoken, don't have much to say, like just bat their eyes, and somehow like they're always perceived to be like the best option, whereas the women like Olivia Caridi and I mean there's Bibiana.
I don't know if the show makes it. I think the men just like girls like that more than they
we don't
like
know. We don't know.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, I want to be with someone who doesn't make me feel like I'm walking on eggshells, and I could say whatever I want, fart in his face, and like he'll love me.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Well, I fart in Jared's face. Proceed with caution.
It could ruin the mood, or he could like it. It could turn him on, but that's another issue. Then it's like, what trauma did he have as a kid that turned him on?
It doesn't turn him on, nor do I think it prevents him from loving me. He probably would like me to like make it more of an occasional thing.
Yeah. There's a middle ground.
Wait, so how'd you come up with the idea for your podcast then?
I think I was meeting I was working at Betches as a video producer, and I was doing a lot of interviews, and I was like honing in on my comedic voice, and I was meeting just like very interesting like reality people who had like the life that I was aspiring to, as in like, oh, they like don't have a day job and they just get to like have money and like have a platform. And then I'm like, whoa, these people are fucked up. And then I realized like, you don't see that through social media. It's such a show-off culture, whether it's like entrepreneurs working hard or models, whatever. So I was like, I want to talk to people about their dark shit. I want to talk to them about their insecurities, their fears, and then how they cope with it. Because some people, like, they deal with the same shit as we do, but then they're, like, really good at coping with it. Mm-hmm. So I just hate small talk, and I was like, I want to create a place that I could just get dark with people and laugh about it.
Because, like, I love that so much.
I don't want to make everyone cry all the time. Like, it would be iconic if I made Ashley cry. Like, I would put it in my fucking LinkedIn. I'll be like, I saw Ashley cry.
You could definitely video it if it happens.
Small break to talk about our health. When you think healthy, you think kale salads, green smoothies. And the thing is, you're not getting all the essential nutrients you are on a daily basis by just eating those things. And here comes Ritual to save your diet. So I've been taking Ritual for a couple months now, and it's so easy. It's just pre-packaged, and it's for women. Ritual Essential for Women is the multivitamin reimagined. You get D3 to omega-3. Ritual's Essential for Women helps fill the gaps in a woman's diet. Their no nausea capsule design is gentle on an empty stomach, and that's where I usually stop taking vitamins when I'm on a roll because I start feeling nauseous right after I take a vitamin. And I want to take all my vitamins in the morning so I don't forget. So when you take Ritual, it doesn't upset your stomach. And there's a mint tab in every bottle to keep things fresh so I don't have the disgusting aftertaste. Ritual is traceable and transparent for obsessive label readers. All of the Ritual's vegan-friendly, sugar-free, non-GMO, gluten-free, and allergen-free ingredients and their sources are out there for the whole world to see. They're not hiding behind any labels. Ritual is delivered. A subscription is easy to start and it's easy to snooze. It's only $1 a day to feel so good. It's only $1 a day to have all the essential nutrients for your body, and it's delivered every month. There's no strings attached. Better health doesn't happen overnight, and right now Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off your first 3 months. Fill in the gaps in your diet with Essential for Women, a small step that helps support a healthy foundation for your body. So visit ritual.com/getit to get your Ritual today. Again, that's 10% off your first 3 months at ritual.com/getit. Should we get started?
Yeah. Okay, I want to welcome you guys to the dark depths of hell.
Oh my God, this is great.
Normally I'd insert like a scary laugh at this moment.
Do it now.
Lauren, that was good. Wait, I got one.
Lauren was known for it.
Oh, that was like Halloween. Okay, Ashley, don't hurt yourself over there.
It's so fun doing an evil laugh. It's like the most fun.
It is. It's actually therapeutic. Let out your evil side. Okay, so I want to start with each of us going around saying your biggest physical insecurity. And let's start with Lauren.
No doubt, it's my saddlebags.
What is a saddlebag?
It's like the extra juice right on your
the
hips.
side. But wasn't it like a hot moment where the Kardashians would like sit a certain way and you'd have that like line?
Something different. That's a
hip dip. Well, I have hip dips, which make it not like sexy. The saddlebags can only be hot if you don't have hip dips, but I have both. So hip dips and saddlebags.
These are rules. This is some LA shit.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Lauren,
yes,
this is so LA for
Lauren
me.
couldn't, like, oh my gosh, her first year with me living in LA and she wasn't living in LA, she wouldn't leave my apartment because she would like cry about how insecure she felt when she went out into the world here.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're literally stunning.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Was it because like you felt like really hot in Virginia and then not hot in LA?
I just feel like everyone looked very put together here and they had like cute outfits on, but I'm used to like not wearing makeup until like 5 p.m., you know?
I'm the same way.
And putting like cute clothes on until 5 p.m.
But like it's just society telling you that that's beauty. Like I think beauty comes from just like being comfortable.
I
with what you're
learned
doing.
that literally like 6 months after living here. Earlier, like 3
What
months.
made you learn it?
The Kardashians.
They really have inspired so many
because
people to love
they made
themselves.
sweats cute, and they made this
cute.
acceptable to wear like big like sports tees and band tees and
to be curvy.
And to be curvy.
But do you also think their curves? I 100% agree with
Yeah.
you. But sometimes I think their curves are not like natural curves.
No,
Yeah.
They're not. And they Photoshop the shit out of it.
But then a
Okay.
lot of guys I talk to, guys and girls, they
Yeah.
prefer to have like the natural junk than the fake junk anyway. So yeah.
But I 100% agree that like their body shapes like just made it so mainstream to be like so sexy, being like vavoom.
Absolutely.
And you only get that from eating some Mexican food sometimes, you know?
I know.
Or every day.
So Naz, what about you? Your biggest physical insecurity?
So it's between my arms and my stomach. When I have my period, I like bloat like so insanely. Like I'm on my period right now, and yesterday I worked like this premiere, and the dress literally almost didn't fit me because of like my bloat. I'll show you pictures.
And you like can't help that.
And I can't help it, and it's like I can, like I've taken supplements, I've been to like a stomach doctor, and like it's just, it still is what it is, and it's like the worst because I can't combat it. So like 2 weeks out of the month, I feel like massive, even though I work out and eat. Like,
is that so fucking annoying?
I'll show you a literal picture of it. Like, Cassie, is that my phone? Look.
Send it to me and I'll put it as my phone background.
There we go.
So I'll send you guys a picture on Friday when my period's done. But this is like how much it bloats out. It looks like I have like a little kid, I feel like.
You have a little kid inside.
Goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's huge. And like you wait till you see how flat it looks. I'll post these pictures on Instagram, guys.
Yeah.
That's a good before and after.
You know what?
Just so you guys see, like, it's literally like two different people. And it like makes me cry all the time. It's the worst.
But you know what? My theory is on why it's good that you and I bloat like we were pregnant. Because I think our stomachs are so used to expanding and contracting that, like, when we actually are pregnant, it's we're not going to get stretch marks.
There you go.
That's a great way of looking at it.
That optimism is just beautiful energy. That is women supporting women.
You know what the upside of bloating is?
I love it.
My baby's going to slide out.
But my baby's going to slide out.
Speaking of your period, though, it kind of sucks because, like, there's literally 1 week that you're good, because then like the next week you're like, oh, am I PMSing? Oh no, not yet. I'm about to PMS, but then you're like still do shit, and you're like, I'm gonna blame it on PMS. Then you're actually PMSing. Then you have the period, and then you're like in kind of recovery mode from the trauma of your period. It's almost like napping. I feel like I'm always like either recovering from a nap or like wanting to nap. Like, I'm never just awake. Yeah, but like this is part of being a woman.
That is so true. That's such a good analogy.
Thing is really funny.
That's such a good analogy.
Ashley.
Okay, mine, and actually I was just trying to fix it. Mine would probably be my double chin, which if I'm, like doing an interview or like really like not relaxed and I'm like in like snatched mode, I it's not there. But if I'm like ever on the couch or just like driving, it's right there.
Okay. Well, it's not bad. I honestly had no idea what you were going to say.
What do you mean? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like I have stretch marks on my ass. I have lots of cellulite. But other than that, I don't hate them. I don't hate that.
The double chin sucks.
Yeah, the double chin is like really like has to do with your attractiveness.
You just got to lose like 5 pounds. Your double chin's gone.
I know, but I love.
It's not like you have one. It's not even like a stubborn like something. You know.
I don't think you have one, Ash. That's so crazy.
Anyway, what's the next process of this?
So the next process is we're gonna go a little deeper.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I want to know your biggest emotional insecurity, whether it's like when you walk in a room and how you're coming off and how you are. I want you to think deep and hard about this.
Can you give an example? Because now I'm thinking of it in work, but I'm trying to think of a personal example.
Yeah, I've thought about
it. It could be with work too. Like some
Okay.
people are insecure about their public speaking. Some people are insecure about like immediately, like sometimes with me, I used to be like, I have to show everyone how fucking funny I am. And I was talking to my therapist, and she was
there. You're funny,
and she was
You're
like,
so
"Why?"
cute.
Oh, thank you. But she was like, "Why do you have to do that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just want to like show my best self to everyone, so they have like an accurate depiction of me. Like, what if I'm off and they don't get my best self?" And she was like, "You got to think. Like, you have to think deeper about it." And she's like, "Do you know people love when you give them space?" And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, when you let them be themselves, like people don't leave you remembering what you said. They remember how you made them feel.
Yeah, 100%.
And that was like a beautiful thing for me to hear, to almost take pressure off myself, that like people will only like me for like my humor, or if I like won a tennis match. And sometimes people can just unconditionally like your energy, and you can't fuck it up no matter what you say.
Can I ask you a question and flip this?
Yeah.
In a sense?
You can flip whenever you want.
All right. Why do you feel like you always had to prove yourself? Have you had to prove yourself like when you were little?
That's a great question. I was a tennis player since I was very young. Like I played professionally and in college, and I always felt like winning equated to like people liking me more and like my family being happier, and people treated me different when I was winning. So I always like aligned performance with like love.
So you think it's more about human connection? Like you just want like friends and people to love you.
I realize that what matters is like when you're comfortable with yourself and your energy's good. And also, like, don't force friendships. Even, like, networking. Like, don't force networking.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people need to learn that.
Instead of having, like, 100 people. I know, but, like, even in, like, LA and New York, when it's like, oh, I need to meet people. I'd rather have 4 people that I fucking, like, hit it off with that I know, like, we're going to do some magic together than 100 people on my phone who...
We should get together. Let's get together. Let's get together. I'm not getting together.
It sucks your energy.
Yeah. And people do that all the time. People hit me up all the time, like, asking for advice and help. And I'm like, it's too much. Like, you're, like, forcing... It's just, I don't even know how to say this without sounding bad, but I just feel like some people are... Like, you give them one thing, and then they, like, take it, like, another mile.
I was just talking to my mom about this.
Yeah. Like, some people just... And I'm like, how do you not have, like, the social cues and awareness?
Well, I feel like you guys have been in the public eye for a bit, but this is new for me. My show came out... When did it come out? March. So I'm in end of April. It's been 2 months. And, like, suddenly, all these, like, second... tier friends.
Yeah, they're your best friends
all
now.
Up on my shit.
Wow, that's
and like
so
literally
annoying.
each week, at least 3 people are like, "Let's get coffee," and it caused me really bad anxiety because like I feel like I'm letting people down, and like I actually don't have the time, and I'm forced to have to say no.
Yeah, no, you don't want to like make them feel bad, like you don't actually want to meet up with them, but you're like, if I have to prioritize like myself, like my own feelings, my free time, and then the couple people that I really care about, you're just like, all right, I have to say no to these like acquaintance friends, quens, as I've always said.
Who are less than acquaintance.
You have to protect your energy.
Protect your energy.
You have to protect your energy. If you give your energy, like I was doing nothing on Saturday and someone was like, please hang out. Like I need to do something. And I was like, no, I need this whole day to myself. Like, no.
And that's like self-respect. Also, add social media where like I started to get more people. And at first I was like, I'm going to reply to everyone and I want everyone to love me. And then I know you just like love me. And I literally am like, it was causing a lot of anxiety to feel like I owed a lot of people like attention.
And it's funny that all those quens are telling all of their friends that you guys are best friends. You know, it's like, oh, we go way back. Oh my gosh, she's my best friend. Let me hit her
sometimes you give
up.
people a little, and the next thing you know, they're like telling you about their boyfriend and asking for advice.
That's
and you're
literally
like,
what I was just saying. Yeah,
that's why I don't even look at my other inbox on Instagram. I always tell people to tweet me because if I go into my other inbox and like I feel emotionally pulled toward these people, I can't give all that.
You're so right, and I think for people listening, it's like realize like what energy you're giving off, and if you're like taking someone's energy, like even if you're dealing with like a huge celebrity, like just send them positive vibes.
Yeah.
Don't try to like cultivate and force something that isn't there. And who knows, maybe that celebrity will be your husband one day.
That can happen.
Yeah.
It happens, but don't force shit. So anyway, you're trying to like distract me from asking you guys. I see what's happening.
That is a tactic that Naz is doing. Yes.
I want us to dig deep.
Do you know your answers
Quite
yet?
the opposite.
No,
Yeah,
but
I know
me
my
opening
answer.
up, I think, helps you guys open up. It's part of my tactic.
Actually,
We
go
open up
first.
every podcast.
Yeah, I
We're
love
very,
it.
very open.
You go
and
first.
honest.
Okay, I don't know.
So, like,
Well-
your emotional insecurity.
We have talked on this podcast about like different insecurities that happen and that we encounter all the time. Like the most recent one we talked about was me thinking that I couldn't talk and like complete a real sentence together.
I've had that before too.
Yeah, and then like the more you think about it, the more you really can't complete a sentence. And this is
Do you ever like hear someone talk for a long time and you're like, how have they put so many consecutive thoughts together?
yeah, I don't understand
All
that
the
either.
time.
Yeah, all the time.
Every time I'm speaking with
Yeah.
another human being.
Yeah.
And you constantly deal with, like, you were in journalism and you're constantly doing.
Exactly. Like I feel like I should be good at it. But then when I sit here and I like try to articulate my feelings and I can't find like a word to describe it, I just want to give up. But this isn't even in the insecurity that we're talking about now because our I Don't Get It listeners have already heard
they're
this.
over it.
So my insecurity is something that the two of them may not know actually. I feel like since I have been with Jared, I worry that I'm no longer interesting or relatable to my audience because they loved me for being like the single desperate girl. And I really leaned in and loved being that single desperate girl too. And I loved complaining about single life and boys with Naz. And now I wonder if people are like, oh, she was like really cool to listen to before, but now she's just like so like plain and settled.
That is so beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
In an authentic way. Because you're really opening up about like the nuances of your relationship plus being in the public eye, which is so fucked because you shouldn't have to deal with that. But I feel like people grow. People change.
Yeah.
Part of life is the growth. And I think it's just your anxiety trying to find an issue with your situation. And you can find that with any situation. You're putting anxiety into this when realistically, maybe that is true for some people. But some people also, you're bringing hope to like sad single girls. And also, like, honestly, that shit gets boring.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't do it for like we have to evolve in order to maintain to be interesting, right? If we were static, that couldn't last for too much longer.
Yes.
And also understanding that like people didn't just follow you because you were the sad single girl. People followed you for a bazillion different reasons, and like I think it's your authenticity that was why. So like you're going to continue to be authentic with Jared. Like if he gets fucking annoying with it, like people will tell you.
Yeah.
But as long as you're real with it.
Yeah. I mean, we did all the rawness here with the relationship.
Yeah.
So
no,
I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
That's 100% right.
Thanks, Naz.
Naz, it's your turn.
Mine is, I think, because I have them all the time and I open up about them all the time. I think presently, like in this moment, mine is, I feel like in work, I've been hosting a lot of different things recently, and I
saw
feel like
that's cool.
It's awesome, but I feel like I'm the most Naz and myself on this podcast. Like I feel like this is my most authentic voice, and so sometimes I struggle with finding this version of me that is me in different parts of work. And I'm like, why is it so, like, I host a Dodger Stadium and sometimes I'm like scared to like say a joke I would normally say because I feel like I have to be like this, like, you know, all-American like Dodger host, or if I'm in, and I wish I feel like I'm keeping the best from being, because if I was just myself, that's probably why these like people hired me, you know what I mean? But it's also so bizarre to me that it doesn't come naturally. Does that make sense?
I actually totally agree with you, because like in almost every other aspect, unless I'm talking about boy bands, I'm like not. I know that sounds so stupid, but like in this podcast and boy band, that's when I feel like my best self comes out. When I'm interviewing a boy band or boy bander, that's when I'm like, this is me, and like everything's flowing out of my mouth so easily because I love you and I know you and blah, blah. And then here, and then when I go to like do another job, I feel like I don't do it as well because I know what I can do here.
But you know what's interesting, guys? I haven't told you about this yet either, is I went back to Clever, which is like this YouTube channel I used to work for, and now I'm on Clever Style, which is their personality channel. As
You have
opposed
so much shit in the works.
too much. As opposed to Clever News, which I like hosting when it's like not about me, when I'm like giving the news about Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin get married. But I feel like so awkward on Clever Style, even though it's about stuff I love, which is about beauty and like products and like different things that I like. I still don't feel like I can be myself. And I think because it's like me, and I feel like I can't match people's energy around me as well. So if some girl's like, oh my God, isn't this amazing? Then
Just be you. Don't ever like go up to their annoying level.
I know, but then I feel like I'm being a bitch if I'm like, well, it's fine.
No.
I was about to
you know what I mean?
It's all about it's normal that you feel.
I know what you mean.
Their audience is so, and the YouTube audience
so
is terrifying.
Yeah, they're scared.
They're like,
hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back, and here we are.
Lord, I love you. No, but it's more the audience in the comments. You know, they're like, why is this bitch alive?
Okay,
Let's burn her fucking house down. And I'm like looking out my window on the way home, like, fuck, is that like, does this person watch
you just hit
YouTube?
the nail on the head. The reason why you're having these insecurities is because you're so hyper aware of like what people are saying and judging. I think that, like, for example, on reality TV, I was myself the whole time. I didn't shut the fuck up. But like, if you watch it, I seem like occasionally I drop a subtle joke and like I'm like I'm like, no, I didn't shut up. They just cut it all out. Yeah. But I had to, like, this is getting deep now. Like, I got to a dark place where I felt like I lost myself, and I felt like the guy I was with, like, I couldn't be myself around, and it was like a weird OCD thing, like anxiety. So I had to get depressed and then get out of the depression to find myself again. And then once I found myself, I was like, I don't give a fuck anything. I just want to be happy with myself. And for some reason, it's helped me. Like, I did KTLA this morning, and they were so, like, don't curse and stuff. But I still felt like myself because I didn't care what they thought.
Right.
And I think the way you get to not caring what they thought is just caring about like it's selfish, but like just caring that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not depressed.
Yeah.
And then once you let go of all that other bullshit, like the worst thing that could happen is me waking up in the morning and being depressed. If, Sophia 4211 says that I'm a cunt on YouTube, like I don't give a fuck because I don't have depression.
Yeah. But for someone, okay, so I wasn't depressed, but so how does someone just
you have to get
there?
depressed. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you just channel that?
Oh, you got to go rock bottom, dude.
Rock bottom is the best.
Is great.
But I think it's understanding that other energies will affect you.
Yeah.
And if you want to like appease every energy, you're going to change yourself a little. And that's okay. That's like actually being good at your job. Like if an annoying YouTuber is like, you're interviewing them, you got to be a little yourself. But also, like, Betches taught me one thing. Sheena came on and she was like talking about Rob. Remember
from
she dated
Vanderpump
Rob?
Rules.
Yeah, Sheena from Vanderpump. And she was basically like, we're going to get back together. And I was like, that's really nice. And she'd be like, I'm sure, like, this is just a break. And the girls after were like, why did you let her just, like, say all that bullshit to you? And I'm like, because I felt bad. Like, I don't know. But then I realized, like, people want you to be your authentic self. And, like, not to, like, shit on whoever you're interviewing with, but, like, people will, like, Ashley, great example. At the end of the day, Dodger Stadium, you say one of your jokes, and some people won't, but some people will like it. The people who do will fucking love it because you're not being a cookie cutter.
Right.
You're being your weird self.
100%. That's why I've always loved Ashley. That's why I always gravitated towards you, I think, because I was like, this girl does not give a fuck.
And I don't know how I came out that way though, because it wasn't always like that. Like
Really? I feel like you've always been like that.
I think you tried to give a fuck, but you literally had to cry. Like you couldn't hold back the tears.
No, but like
in
even
everything in your life,
I've always tried to put like the me spin on things, but like I was afraid to raise my hand in class.
Yeah.
Like I obviously was worried about like some.
I think that's different because Ashley didn't care to be popular. She loved riding next to her mom, like on a fucking field trip bus.
Yeah, that was just
Like,
shyness, I guess.
Since you popped,
In retrospect.
No, not mom. No, I'm saying not being able to raise my hand was just like shyness.
I think you just
You were
never,
still you. Yeah, you were just shy about
never
it.
given a fuck what people
Ashley's
think about
just
you, and that's the best.
I think she's hilarious because she's like a nerd that like suddenly came into like a really hot body.
Well, it's probably because I was pretty ugly until I was 25.
Is it weird? I think.
I mean, like we could really put. Okay, I wasn't ugly, all right, but I like was pretty like the
She wore a lot of flare jeans.
Is it weird? I think
Brutal.
we were all the. Minus you.
Yeah, minus Lauren,
because
who
you're
really
fucking
just
like
never.
Sleeping Beauty, Aurora over here. I feel like we all have a little bit of nerdy girl, like ugly, and then like thank God, my sorority showed me what a hair straightener and curling iron was. Like, who knows? I would not be here today probably without.
Once I figured out the wand,
The wand is it.
I was getting that dick.
You don't need a
Wait,
clamp.
it's funny is when Lauren was younger.
Lauren goes, you don't need a
No clamp. No clamp.
We're just going to take a very quick break to make sure all of you out there have bought your mother a Mother's Day gift. And a great idea for a Mother's Day gift, I think, is 23andMe. This Mother's Day, for a limited time only, 23andMe is taking $30 off the health and ancestry kit until May 13th. So you got to jump on this. It's $30 off. A 23andMe health and ancestry kit is the perfect gift for Mother's Day. Celebrate what makes mom special with personalized genetic insights on her health, traits, and more. Now, I can't tell you how my parents are obsessed with this thing. They talk about it all the time. They talk about their ancestry all the time. And I think like most everyone's pretty interested on what kind of DNA makes them who they are. So with the health and ancestry kit, you and mom can celebrate your genetic similarities, which is so cute, and differences as you explore your shared connection with over 125 personalized genetic reports on your health, traits, and more. You can figure out strange health things like genetic weight, caffeine consumption, sleep movement, and much more. With 23andMe's personalized wellness reports, your mom can learn how her genes play a role in her well-being and lifestyle choices, whether it's her weight and how it can be impacted by saturated fat, her likelihood to be lactose intolerant, and more. Mom is sure to discover a whole new way of understanding who she is. So if you want to get an amazing gift for your mom this Mother's Day and get 30% off 23andMe's health and ancestry kit, go to 23andme.com/get it. That's the number 2, 23andme.com/get-it. Again, that's 23andme.com/get-it. And the offer ends May 13th. I would really jump on this, guys. They don't offer this a lot. It's $30 off a kit, and you will not regret it.
When Lauren was younger, she was the popular kid who still like hung out with like the kids that needed friends because they couldn't get them.
Yeah.
Right? You know? And you really enjoyed your time with them more than the popular kids.
Of course. They're
Oh,
way more
the popular
fun.
kids are the most
It's
boring.
So boring.
We're all misfits. We're queen, basically.
Yeah.
But to bring this back together, I'm having like an intuitive moment. Like your career is going well, but once you like authentically be your 100% weird self, you might lose a job at Dodger Stadium. You might lose a YouTube job, but people will don't try to fit into any mold of what the Dodger host should be. Or I'm like, she's gonna get fired from all her jobs and be like, Hannah, what the fuck? She's like that bitch on that podcast.
Hannah.
But once you start being like fully yourself everywhere, some people won't like it, but the people who do will stan you so hard.
Yeah. I'm
Adrian-
getting there, but it's so hard for
No.
me. I don't know why it's so hard. It is.
That's so true. When I went to that inspirational talk with Adrian Bailon, from,
Oh, yeah, I'm
from,
so sad I missed
yeah, from
that.
The Real.
Yeah.
She like basically said that. She was like, even though like I said like didn't mess up, but I was like, I refuse to do that. I refuse to conform to that, what they want me to. She was like, while I lost so many jobs from it, like
found
I
that job.
found like the jobs that were right for me.
Yeah.
What
for
did
it.
she refuse?
Just like a lot of it was just being like a cookie cutter. Like she was just like, no, okay. Was
she the
you know how
cheating
they were
girls?
like,
Yes.
or like they're like, you're too Latina. You speak with your like Brooklyn accent, your Bronx accent. Like you gotta like whiten yourself up, and you have to like speak softer and like calm down.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm not gonna do that because like this is what I am.
Yeah.
And then she ended up like, look at what she's been on The Real for 6 years now. And it's like
That is a loud show.
I know, but it is interesting.
I
though.
love
Interesting,
it.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Jeannie Mai's my favorite
No, I
host.
love
Yeah.
Jeannie.
Yeah, she's great.
So
she's the best.
Moral of the story is we all have to get a good Bronx accent.
Yeah.
So that's how you, no, I'm just kidding. Okay,
girl.
Lauren, you've been quiet. I'm very interested in hearing your thoughts.
What's the question?
She's like, who are you?
We've gotten so far out now.
Why are you in my house?
Seriously, what's the question?
Emotional insecurity.
I'm worried that well, my emotional insecurity is probably just more of a relationship insecurity, which is more that someone's gonna find someone better than me and leave me.
That's deep. That's dark and deep.
So I go.
Are your parents
So
still
she goes
together?
Yeah.
low.
Oh,
Wait,
so you settle?
You want to cut that out? You go low.
I love how she.
It's not that I go low, but I
don't know. Cutting. She's like, we
She she finds herself in situations where sometimes she's settling.
yes.
I found that I would either be with dudes who like they're my slave, or like they're like make me feel so uncomfortable about myself, and I feel like I'm so lucky to be with them.
That's me.
And both
That's
of them
me.
are wrong.
That's both of me.
We're the same.
Yes.
Then we're the same.
Yes.
I think it's like it's just a journey, and but the thing of like. Again, back to being yourself. If you're fully yourself and not trying, I used to want to like trap dudes, like Ali Wong would be like, "I'm gonna trap his ass."
Yes.
and I would not tell him I like cats. I would not tell him I like horoscopes. I would like because that's pepper spray to men. But and then like 8 months later, I'd like.
Unload
Like
it.
this dude would tell me all the shit he didn't like that his exes did, and I was like,
Oh no!
"Oh no!"
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's
we're
okay.
good. We're good.
We just
so I
dropped some
almost
iced tea.
literally. Thank you. Look at this hospitality in LA.
Are we still recording? It's okay.
So we
guys.
just spilled. We had a mini Titanic
no
moment.
worries.
Mini Titanic.
So he would tell me like what his exes would do that he hated, and I would like be writing it down low key in the background and be like, I will
do everything opposite.
I will not fuck up. Then 8 months later, I hated who I was. So like with you, it's like. If you can be your fully original self, no girl will be like you.
Yeah.
And then like, if he's going to leave you for like a tall brunette, it's like, okay, go fuck a tall brunette. I'm a blonde who's like, I don't know, what are you, 5'4", 5'5", 5'4"? 5'4",
Yeah.
I knew that. So it's, I think it's again, like not conforming to what you think guys want and just being the girl he didn't even know he needed.
Yeah,
But Lauren,
I
do you
feel like
feel like you conform?
See, the
'Cause I
thing
feel
is,
like you're
I have
yourself.
a lot of. I had a lot of issues like literally 6 months ago that I could talk about for days and days.
Yeah.
But now that I feel like I have more value for myself, I really don't really care
How
anymore.
did you get that?
Rock bottom.
when
crying.
was rock bottom?
Well, rock bottom, like I felt like I had literally no purpose. I had nothing to do with my life. I was just a slave to you.
I've seen you worse than that rock bottom.
Okay, there's been worse rock bottoms.
Lauren, I think it was a career rock bottom where you were like, "Where's my life direction?
Sure,
what am I going to do?"
I feel like it's life purpose.
Life purpose. Okay.
28.
But different than cocaine crisis.
Yeah.
Which she also had.
I get it. Did you ever like think your sister would get famous?
I thought we would get famous together.
Did you ever want to be on the show?
I was on Bachelor in Paradise for like 1 episode.
She had all the opportunity in the world.
Or 2 episodes. And I left.
Did you ever think of you two having your own show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you still manifest like you being on in front of the camera?
I'm not a in front of the camera person.
Why?
I don't like to be on that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you like behind the mic?
Behind the mic's fine, but it's not that many days a week, really, you know?
And did you feel like your identity was just getting too, like, intertwined with Ashley's?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you needed to hit rock bottom to realize, like, you were in a comfort place with her?
I was in a super comfort place, and
you needed to challenge yourself.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Why are you making that face?
Oh, sorry. I had to order Jared's food.
Oh my God.
That is the grossest thing I've ever heard. Are we in the 1920s?
Well, I mean, it's mine too, but like he's the hungry one.
I want to know.
Pokey?
Yeah.
My pet peeve is when people are on the phone. Like,
I'm still
present.
listening though.
You're not present in a moment. It's so rude.
I was literally talking about being intertwined with you.
I know. I was listening to every single word. I knew that was her.
We talked a lot of shit about you.
I heard all of that. I swear to you guys, I'm just like clicking.
We're pausing.
So,
okay, we're gonna play a game. Yeah,
it's time to play a game. Do you guys like games?
Yes, Ashley doesn't, but I do.
No, I like podcast games, not like board games or like thinking games.
Like board games?
No, everybody knows this about me.
I never knew that about you. We were gonna have a game
I know
night.
we were going to do that because I know that you and Jared like it, and so I was trying to satisfy your guys' needs.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Well, we're going to play a podcast game for Ashley, and it's called... Actually, it's really not a game. It's just questions. But we're calling it a game.
Okay. That's a game.
It's called The 7 Deadly Sins. Insert scary music. 7 Deadly Sins. And it's where I ask my guests at the end of all my podcasts about... their 7 deadly sins. So we're starting with the first one. We can go around for your answers. What are you guys greedy about?
Greedy.
And
people's attention.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good
want
one.
all of it in the moment.
I want all the men to think I'm hot.
That's not a greedy
I think I'm
thing.
greedy for all the men to think I'm
greedy
hot.
for like...
Greedy for attention.
I guess I just want to make all the decisions.
Oh, you're greedy about control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, control.
That's why you're ordering Jared's food.
Okay, yeah, it's true.
Is Jared okay with you having control?
Yes,
that's really
why it
important.
works. Yeah.
He needs your control.
No, yeah, he needs it. He knows he needs it. He says it.
It's like the perfect match.
Because like he's literally helpless
he would sit
without
there
you.
being like, I could order now, but like maybe
I'll probably just make myself a little fish sandwich at home. Yeah.
Fish sandwich.
Yeah, he would definitely just like sit and wonder about his possibilities and decide to do nothing.
I love these little details about people that you'd never know from just like watching them on TV.
I also love like how everyone can be with a different kind of person.
And how
I could never. I couldn't even go on a date with someone like that.
Oh, he'd drive me crazy. Also, I'm very bad at directions, so I like need to be with someone who like can maneuver around places. That's such a weird detail, but
but it's very masculine to be like this way. I know where I'm going.
But then men are obnoxious. They don't like asking for directions, so they'll pretend they know. And then I'm like, where the what the fuck are we doing in this condominium home when all I wanted to do was go get nachos? That was a personal story that I should have done, but no one else.
So
you guys didn't get it.
I was like, I haven't heard the word condominium since I was in Florida.
Are you serious? Jared refers to our apartment as the condo. We're good. You go back to the condo.
No.
He will not get out of the habit of condo.
Is it a condo technically?
No,
It's
that's
not.
if you own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to stop.
yeah.
I love that we can just
funny,
shit on
though.
Jared this whole time. Like he's literally done nothing, and I'm like, ew, condo
He's like, it's back at
loser.
the condo. I'm like, where the fuck is a condo?
I like that name for your place, though. Let's go back to the condo.
It's
It sounds
because
like a
it's
fun
kind of
spot.
sexy.
All right, what's the next one?
Okay, see, Lauren's liking
I
this
like
game.
games, yeah.
I keep getting okay. Who are you guys envious of?
That's a good one.
I like this one.
I gotta really think about this.
It could be someone you follow on Instagram. It could be a family member. It could be a pet. It could be a kind of person.
It could be a pet.
Kourtney Kardashian, the Kardashians. Just because they have so much at their fingertips, like a personal trainer at all times, a chef. Like they can go literally fly to London and hang out with like Olive, the guy that owns Belmont, and like talk to designers and like sit front row at fashion
I feel like
shows.
they're
It's
so
access.
big.
I'm envious of their access to the world. The best artists, the best fashion, the best everything.
I feel like, well, first of all, envy is a sign of like the universe telling you what you want to do, which is a good thing. I feel like in LA, the Kardashians are kind of bigger. Like I got out of the airport and there's like a huge thing of Kendall Jenner with Babe, and then like the Kardashians on E. Like in New York, they don't advertise that shit.
You guys aren't falling for that shit.
In New York, they're very like, they talk so much shit about the Kardashians, but like low key, if you know the industry, you respect them.
Yeah.
But no one's like looking up to them in New York.
I don't think it's like a LA New York thing. I think some people really like them. I think some people really hate them.
I think it's rare to find someone in New York that would be like, oh yes, they're my everything.
But I feel like we have more billboards for them. Obviously, they live down the street. You know?
Exactly. And but I feel like their lifestyle is very relatable in LA to be like, oh, they're shopping here and they're traveling here, where New Yorkers are like just like working way too much and not traveling.
Well, don't you think you guys are a little bit more full of yourselves as far as like brain space goes? Like you guys think you're smarter than everyone here, and you think that like popular things aren't cool.
Yeah, they're like, if it's mainstream, I'm not into it. They say a verification on Instagram in LA is like a business Harvard degree in New York. I love hearing the stereotypes. It's so funny. But I just like the Kardashians are so complex because some of it I love and some of it I hate.
Well, yeah, me too. I think you have to be normal for that. I'm just saying I'm envious of their access, not them. Like I'm envious. I would like to fly and like sit front row at Fashion Week in Paris is what I'm saying.
And I also just think it is incredible to show other women that like you can get that shit.
Female entrepreneurship.
Exact. That's what I fucking love. But yeah, I was making a remark of like in general the Kardashians and how different people relate to them because they have a lot of influence.
Yeah.
What are you greedy about, Ashley?
Or no, envious.
No, envious.
Oh, sorry, envious. I was testing you guys.
Probably people who like do our job, which is like hosting, influencing, stuff like that, where it's a little bit more secure for them as far as what their future and long run look like.
Do you constantly have a fear of like how long is this like buzz gonna last? Oh, I like that silence after. It was bleak.
Yeah.
No, but I think that like insecurity that you have is why you're successful. They say like success is like drive, hard work, and then like that little insecurity that's like a fire under your ass that makes you, the fact that you still want it and you're driven is good. But also, I feel like no one actually has.
Nobody has as much stability as you would like to think.
Yeah.
I think in the entertainment industry, nobody is safe from fading away.
Yeah, one slip of the tongue and you're fucked.
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel better, what I've heard in terms of like Bachelor Nation, people are like, Ashley I's killing the game.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. That's very nice.
Honestly, you could have just been like the crying girl and you're so much more.
Oh, thank you.
You're so much more complex than that.
Oh, thanks.
With or without Jared.
Thank you.
Lauren, how about you?
Mine's Margot Robbie because she's stunning. She does whatever she wants. She's just happy in her life.
And she has an Australian accent.
She has an Australian accent. She's just being
Jack
herself.
like Margot Robbie? Isn't that his celebrity crush?
Doesn't.
No, but isn't that his number one celebrity crush or something?
Yeah, kind of.
That's an interesting fact to me. Is so why you're almost envious.
I
of
would
her.
I would never consider that. She would still be my person.
Okay, so without that,
yeah.
I mean, she's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know anything about Margot Robbie.
But that's why she's cool.
Yeah, she's a little mysterious. You don't know about her.
She keeps her private life private.
Because you could project all this coolness onto her.
Yeah.
You're like, she probably.
But when she does do like Jimmy Kimmel interviews and stuff, she's just like so chill and she's not like a
What
stuck
about
up pretty
Hailey
bitch.
Bieber, Lauren? You always.
I love her too, but I'm not envious of her. I just love her as a human, but I don't like. I'm not like, oh, I want to be her. I just love her as a human.
You
I think
guys kind of
she's
look
so sweet.
similar.
Yeah, everybody thinks that, which I think is one of the reasons that Lauren loves her so much.
But she's also just so nice.
She's really nice.
met
I
her?
watched that.
No.
No, I watched that that Vogue makeup thing. You
It's
know how
30
they do the
seconds
Vogue
long. She's
makeup?
like, I
Yeah.
just put a little blush and I'm good to go. I'm like,
But
you're
she
the
was-
cutest thing in the world.
So, like, I was like, I saw her personality for the first time.
We're talking about Haley, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like so refreshing.
Yeah, she
Haley's
is.
cool as fuck. She, to me, is a cool girl.
She is so
for
cool.
sure.
And I also love like being able to be like, that girl's cool, and instead of being like, fuck that girl.
Yes,
It's importante.
exactly.
It's importante.
Yeah, there is something like if there's like a girl that like she's so pretty and she's so cool and you're like, I want to hate her, but I cannot.
Instead, just figure out how
Yeah.
to like cut her skin off and wear it. She started saying yeah as I was talking. I'm like, you're not gonna like this. Next
Cut her
question.
skin off and wear it.
You guys are killing it. No pun intended. What are you guys gluttonous about?
Food, like actual food.
What's your favorite thing
Actual
to binge
food.
on?
I mean,
Domino's pizza.
everything.
Domino's Pizza, Taco Bell,
Yes.
and In-N-Out, Shake Shack.
You guys have good Mexican here, like amazing. Mexican.
Like
hate
real
Mexican
Mexican.
food.
No, we like fake Mexican.
Like Taco Bell.
Yeah. Like I want a good American like
You only
like
have
a,
one Taco
like
Bell
a
in
Rio
your whole
Grande.
city. Like
And-
Union
yeah.
Square.
We do.
That is like New York's biggest flaw. It has one Taco Bell, and that Taco Bell is probably like a letter D.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's
Oh,
nasty.
yeah, I don't.
I would
No,
never
like
eat it.
I'm worried too when I'm there just looking at it from the outside. It's really run down.
We also like Del Taco now.
I love Del
You
Taco.
love Del Taco.
And I took you to the Del Taco side.
I know.
I could really just live off fast food if possible.
Same.
We
They
just-
Or like
introduced
fast
me-
casual, you know,
Yeah.
like Shake
yeah.
Shack.
I didn't eat fast
Buffalo
food for
wings.
so long, or soda. Like, you know, I was like in Florida, went to college. Everyone's like, no, like salads only for
Yeah.
life. And then I like moved out here, and I was like kind of being good. You know, I probably go to fast food like once a month, maybe. And then I met Ashley and Lauren, and they're like, yeah, this is the greatest tasting food. And I'm like, they're
It's like,
right.
do you want Burger King or McDonald's tonight?
And I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. I'm like, you can eat this all the time, but they don't fucking gain weight. And here I am now.
They tricked you.
Same. Naz.
Same as ever.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
same.
But I do
don't
think
know
it's
if any
important.
difference.
I know that means I've
If
been
you
fat
don't
forever.
let yourself,
Oh, stop. Oh my God.
I'm kidding, but it's
you are so
good.
skinny when you're not bloated.
That's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Okay, next. When was the last time you guys experienced extreme wrath? Which is like, when was the last time you got really pissed off?
Probably like right now.
Who do you think has the most anger?
Why?
What?
Why are you so angry?
There's just like a lot. I think that it comes with like when you have like a little bit of a controversy in the public eye. Anybody who really wants to figure it out can figure it out right now. It's nothing. It's literally, truly nothing. There's been like 3 articles about it. I think not knowing whether or not it's best to just full out defend yourself or like let it pass
Because you
is
don't
a
want to
big
look
frustration.
defensive and then seem guilty.
Yeah. So I like part of me wants to like air everything, and the other part is just like let it pass.
What
Letting
do you
it pass
recommend?
is always the best.
I think it depends on what it is. If you truly fucked up, then you have to say something. But if it's like more of a people find whatever you did like a little distasteful, then you just let it pass. Even if they knew the whole story, then they'd probably understand. I think. Yeah.
When do you feel like you just like more press is good press and like to like work off of something to turn it from bad to good? Or is that like very difficult to do? Like if you see something, do you want it to die, or when do you want to like add like air to it? So
I
it
never want to
continues?
add air to anything that has a negative spin on it. Nothing, anything that has like a negative connotation, I'm never like, let's take this and make it into a positive. It's more of like all right, we'll get over it.
I think that's a really good attitude, because I think some people who are like more obsessed with fame than like their morals would just like jump on any opportunity, and like, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I
you're
don't want
doing
people
the
to
right
think
thing.
that we're bad people.
You're not. You're not a bad person. No one will think that.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it when I first came, but then she changed my mind. I'm just kidding.
She's really gonna cut your skin off. And she's envious.
Who's like gets the angriest in a situation of you three?
Lauren. I don't know. Naz can be sassy, but Lauren can get like
real actually mad.
Like, are you freaking kidding me, Lauren? You're gonna act like that? Like when you first went to hair school, like the first week, and you were so pissy about everything because you're just getting adjusted to like a new lifestyle.
Yeah.
That was so annoying.
But it's only you were very wrathy.
It's only to you two because I know you guys.
I know, exactly. I know.
How we made wrathy a thing just now.
So wrathy.
I think on average 10 times a day I get angry at someone or something.
And Naz will talk back. She's more likely to talk back to a non-friend.
I think it's just the Larry David in me where I can't fucking deal. I'm like literally, like if I'm on the phone with, I don't know, it's just, there's so much. Oh my God.
She's on the phone with bad customer service. Like I'm scared to be like next to her. I'm like, I'm guilty by association.
No, anything. Like, you know, when someone almost hits you or whatever, I'm the car that like speeds up and I roll my window down and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who gave you a license?
I love it because you're like so little and durable. Like I put you in my pocket, but you are like a firecracker. Also, you fascinate me as a like producer. It means you have to be like intuitive with like emotions and shit. When did you ever have to? You must have gotten so annoyed with talent sometimes.
It's funny because I think I've been very fortunate where on The Bachelor you're always working with people that you would just normally actually hang out with outside of the show.
That's so cool.
So it's a really cool environment but yeah, I would get annoyed with people that weren't my people where I'd be like, go away, you're so annoying. Like you're ruining everything right now.
But you were able to control your emotions in that environment.
In general, I think
because you get into some intense emotions.
I get confused by my own psyche because I think I'm the nicest. I feel like I am very much an empath where I'm compassionate and I want to feel what people are feeling and I love them. Yeah. But I'm also extremely impatient and I get very like annoyed in situations where I'm like, why are you doing that? Just don't.
You're
do
like,
that.
I care about your feelings, but shut the fuck up. I love that complexity. Okay, we're killing it. When was
Wait, what was
Oh my God.
What, my most wrathy moment?
Well, when was the last time you got like really
literally
pissed off?
last week.
What happened?
Bitch.
I love when you do that.
I sat in her seat, like her salon seat at school, and they're not assigned seats. And she said, "Get out of my fucking face!" Blah 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 blah.
No. Are you serious?
I didn't tell you about this?
Wait,
no,
what?
I was not here.
And I go, what's wrong? Like, I literally had no idea what was happening. I had no idea what was wrong. And then she goes, get out of my face before I break it. And I was like,
what?
Okay.
What?
I was like, okay, be an adult and tell me what's wrong, or, just don't say that, okay? So an hour goes by. I'm with a client. The director of the school says, Lauren, I need to talk to you. I go up to her office.
What?
That girl's sitting there with her mother.
No. Oh, yeah. My mom told me.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
This girl was sitting in the corner and had her mom fight her battle, saying, I heard that you took her seat today.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And she feels really disrespected.
Wait.
And I go, I'm shaking. You know when your heart's racing, you're so confused.
Because you're like, am I taking crazy pills right now?
I was like, you drove an hour because your daughter couldn't tell me that I sat in her seat. I was like, just so we're clear, I have a client in foils and I am here talking to a 19-year-old girl who I sat in her seat.
That's not even middle school. That's like fourth grade.
She was like, so-and-so needs to, her skin's not thick yet. She's young. She needs to fight. She needs to develop bruises and scars.
Wait, that's what the president of the school
mom said.
Okay.
Well, to develop bruises and scars, let her fight her own battle.
I literally go, why did you come if she needs to fight her own battle? I go, this is
Did you say that?
Preposterous. And yes, she was like, why? Wait, did I come here really? Because she just sat in a seat that was, quote, yours. And she was like, and she was like, that's ridiculous. So she realized that she drove to defend her daughter's ridiculous statement. And she's just having a bad
day.
Can I just mention?
You're so lucky I was not there. Oh my God.
Can we just mention that her daughter has been pregnant twice?
Actually, we can't say that.
All right, well, cut
Bottom
that one out
line
too.
is, next day, guess who texted me asking for me to take her test for her?
The girl?
The girl.
No way.
And she goes, would you ever be so kind to help me take this test because you're Lauren and you're the best? I was like, you're psycho.
What did you actually do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
I just said, no, I failed that test. I just said I failed it. Sorry.
The audacity.
I forgot how to read.
Of course I didn't fail the test. Jeez.
The audacity.
She's like, honey, I've never
Okay,
failed a
sorry
test.
to continue. Sorry, that made me Not all week.
That would make me fucking furious.
It's weird because it's also like your friend, right?
I told her, I go, I'm shocked because you were really one of my friends. And she calls me like on the weekends and stuff.
There's something going on in her head.
Yeah.
She's not well.
She's not well.
That's how you can disassociate and like not get so angry because, you know, they're dealing with their own shit.
Yeah.
But also very justifiable reason to be
But
very
yeah, don't
angry.
project that shit on me and try to ruin my day.
Oh, I was too nice.
But I'm glad you defended yourself. Okay. This is like... When was the last time you were a sloth? Also, I think sloths are adorable and they're my spirit animal. But when was the last time you guys like didn't do shit and like were lazy?
Saturday.
What'd you do Saturday? Oh, that was when you told your friends you can't hang out?
I wasn't lazy, but I had like a me day. Oh, you want laziness, like doing absolutely nothing?
Or me days.
Yeah.
Like,
Saturday,
how do you guys veg out?
I mean, I
sleep for as long as possible.
I don't
Good for
think
you.
I'm vegging out unless I'm actually on the couch watching TV. Like, even if I were to be going to get my nails done or like a facial, I think of that as productivity.
True, that's like active self-care.
It is productivity.
Yeah. Like, when I think of like me really relaxing, it's me not talking to anyone and just binging TV.
Me really relaxing is doing nothing related to my career. So I like did not even answered an email. I had to get a dress for yesterday. I didn't even go because I was like, that's related to my career.
Well,
like,
so
I
much
need
of
to
our
do
shit
nothing.
is related to our career.
And
Like, just checking
meditated.
your phone
Yeah.
For Instagram is like
I
related to
deleted
your-
Instagram this weekend. It was the best.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm doing that more. It's the best feeling. Less anxiety. I get so much shit done. I like meditated, got a massage.
I also did like Ashley was obviously doing something important on her phone for a boy toy, but you like called her out and you're like, hey, I like being present. And I kind of respect, I think like we as millennials need to start letting people know instead of just like leaving and being like, that girl's so annoying. She was on her phone the whole time. Just say something and be like, I actually want your attention right now because I want to have a good experience with you.
I never have a good experience when I'm around people that are on their phone. And
It's
I'm
really
on it
bad.
too. I'm not like, I'm obviously guilty
I'm
of
so
it.
guilty.
But I think it's like, you could have such a good time if you it's just an hour.
And I think
It's
if you
an
just
hour.
put boundaries out there, like we can play by the rules. Do you know when you're with a friend and you talk for a long time and then they check their phone and you're like, oh, it's phone checking time. And you both like
And you're
do
quiet
it.
for like 10 minutes.
And you like check and then you put it back. I don't mind that.
Me neither.
I don't like when we're not on the same phone page.
100%. 100%. Because it just throws the energy off.
Yeah, we're
in
not
conversation.
present at the same times. Like at least zone out at the same times. When was the last time you were a sloth, Lauren? You
All
said
the
you like to
time.
sleep.
No. I haven't been a sloth for a long time because we've had a dog situation and I had to be up like every 3 hours like I just gave birth.
Do you think the LA culture overall promotes more self-care?
Yeah.
Because I know New York is terrible at it.
100%. There's no nature in New York. Everyone's like, Central Park. I'm like, that's not nature.
Just
I feel
the
like
sun has made me a better person.
smile, the weather, being able to go to the beach, hike.
The only thing I hate is I think some Uber drivers are have a little too much to say in LA sometimes. However, I love it.
Okay, so I also feel very, very productive here in LA. There's something about like it being a temperature where you could just walk outside without bundling up, and the sun being out, where you're like, okay, it's time. It's 9. It's 9. That's like my ready to like get out of bed time. My preference.
Good for you.
I'm just like, okay, I was ready to start my day, and we can like go do things, ding, 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 ding,
Do you
until
feel-
like the nighttime. But like on the East Coast, I'm like, I could take a nap right
Yeah.
now. I could watch TV all day.
Yeah.
It's like the dreary weather. Just
Yeah.
sitting on a day.
Yeah, and also I think like there's something amazing about napping when you know everyone else is like hating their lives, which is New York.
You and Lauren are such napper. Do you nap, Ash? I don't
fucking love
nap.
napping.
I'm not a good napper.
My license plate said
Only
nap
when I have to
time.
wake up
It was
at 6
nap time.
a.m.
Are you my spirit animal?
I think we
Yeah,
Well,
you guys
but,
are.
but I don't nap for like I don't do like 10-minute naps.
Oh, really?
I do like shut the light. I'll wake up when I wake up.
Put on
And
rain sounds
If
and
my mom's
goodbye.
not calling worried,
Oh,
if
you don't do 10 minutes.
I do like 2 hours.
Yeah, same. Like I'm not gonna go try to take a nap unless I have 2 hours.
Like I need my friends worried about my well-being, or it wasn't a good nap.
yes.
I wish I could nap. I'm so tired the rest of the day. Like it throws me off.
No, it does throw me.
can't do
It
it.
does throw me off. But like, I need a line on my face, or that shit was not a fire nap.
Why do we only get lines on our face during naps and not nighttime
That
sleep.
is such a good I don't get
That's
it.
the ultimate I don't get it.
you-
We could like call this. Why do I get the
I
line?
have a theory. I think because you're in like one position for only 2 hours, but at night you're like tossing and turning a little bit more in different like.
You're so smart.
Yeah.
Lauren.
Could
That
be
is
it.
100% accurate.
I liked when it was mysterious.
Sorry,
before.
I know. I was like, I could kind of
No,
answer.
that
It could
that
be
made me
it.
feel better.
Okay.
Yeah, because we all were a little worried. Like, what?
I was like, that's so fucking weird.
I do feel more still during naps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you don't get like
You're just
one.
you're like, okay,
REM sleep
ready,
or
ready,
something.
1, 2, 3.
You're like one cycle.
Yeah.
I get anxiety in naps because I'm like, am I sleeping through the whole day? Or I like,
have to
did I get an
take a
email I
second
had
alarm.
to respond to? Did I miss out on a job?
You know, honestly, I hate text messages and emails because like you're always feeling like you have to respond to them.
I know.
You got to send out a mass text saying nap time and then
Or
bye.
just turn your phone off, put it in brick mode.
Unless your parents get really
Break
scared when you
mode.
don't
There's
answer.
this
I always
company,
say I'm
I'll
taking
tell you
naps
about
with my
after.
parents.
Yeah.
I've talked about it on the podcast before. It's called Go Brick Free, but they put on phone free events. I'm going in like a week to one of their events, but it's the best. You would like it. You should go.
That sounds
they go
cool.
to New York. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, we have 2 more questions.
Okay.
You guys are doing amazing. When was the last? I'm just like the hype
I
girl.
love the positive reinforcement.
I'm like happy then dark, happy dark. Sometimes I'm sour, sometimes I'm sweet. When was the last time you let your pride get in the way of something? This is a hard one. This is like, when is the last time your ego affected you in a situation? Whether it's like in relationships or jobs or just yourself.
It happened yesterday because I had this client and I knew how to do it, but I know that I just wanted to look like I knew what I was doing more than what I actually knew what I was doing.
What was it? What were you
I
having to
like
do?
missed like a couple spots on the highlight and I knew I was like rushing through it, but I wanted to look like I was doing a really banging job while I was doing it. But then I pulled the foil. I was like, shit, I got to do it again because I wanted to look fancy. That's all.
Is that ego getting in the way?
Yeah, I wanted to look like...
I think it was like pride that
Yeah.
you were like,
Pride.
I'm not going to admit that I
Yeah.
like need to like
I need
be
to slow
awkward.
down and like still learn and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah.
You go.
It's
I
hard.
can't think of
it
this
is
one.
hard. I mean, like, I
What's
feel
an
like
example when you have? Maybe that'll spark one in my
That's
life.
that's a good question. When was the last time? Oh
Or
yeah,
did you
I'm
have
like
one, Ash? Sorry.
I'm really prideful with dudes like too much. Like a guy will like
Fucking
not,
exact
will not
opposite.
respond to my text like for 2 hours because like he's working or something, and I'll be like, for women everywhere, I'm deleting his fucking number. Like men who like might be my soulmate, and like he didn't respond to me immediately, and he's like, are you okay? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm respecting myself. And he's like, I literally had a meeting. So like I'll be too prideful with dudes. Like I'll hint that it's like disrespectful, and I'll be like, I'm gonna break up with him before he fucks with me.
So I guess it's a moment where you're too prideful.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also, or even just
I feel like it
something-
probably happens every day. So
Me
I'm not,
too.
just because I can't think of one doesn't mean it means it's so frequent that like it's not like I'm trying to say that I don't have an ego.
My ego's so big I can't even like see it right now. I can't think of an exact instance, but I'm
Do
sure.
you guys
I make
feel
mistakes.
like being in the industry, or like when you guys got on The Bachelor, being around other people who had that like Bachelor Nation, like do you feel like there was an ego thing within that you like were drinking the Kool-Aid that then you've like been out of?
There's also a lot of competition between us. It's not just like a numbers count on a follower count thing. But I think like we're all up for the same types of gigs. So it's like which couple they choose for this, which person they choose for that. And it's just like, okay, so
What's
I don't know,
interesting?
but-
Also why I liked you was I said past tense. No, but why I liked you.
Oh, that was the truth just came out.
After I cut your skin off and put it on.
This got so graphic. But I feel like you were on The Bachelor before like people would be sure that they'd blow up from it.
Oh, yeah. I know,
100%.
no.
She went on for the right reason.
Like
Yeah,
this bitch was,
did.
and like obviously
She
like
really did.
there was a chance where you could have like had some heat from it, but like now you passed a couple rounds, like you're for sure getting hundreds of thousands of followers, but like you fucking worked that shit. You were an OG, so it's probably annoying to see like nowadays people go on it and it's just like the numbers.
One of the things I was going to say when we were talking about envy was about the fact that these girls now get 1 million followers in a season.
Insane.
When like, I know that sounds so dumb. It's just about, that's just
But
about
it's
money,
money.
though.
It's
That's money. So it's like, who knows like what the staying power will be with that. But like I left my season with 76,000 followers and like the person like, And like, yeah, we had to like crank it out. This is like the dumbest, like most.
No, I understand.
Dumbest conversation.
But sense. It makes
I
sense.
get mad at those girls too. I'm looking at them. I'm like, Ashley deserves more than
It's like
these
you
bitches.
just didn't work. You didn't have to like every single
I
one
saw
we
this
earned.
season, and I saw one
Every
of the
single
girls.
follower.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like, also, I have respect for that. Like, I respect that you came out and you worked for those followers. And at the end of the day, like, you gained skills that like other people who got it so fast. Also,
Or probably a real following. And you like built things out of it, you know, like you made 2 podcasts, like you built stuff. It's not just like you're selling clothes on Shopbop.
I love how you're calling people out right
Or
now.
Boohoo. I meant to say Boohoo.
Well, we like Boohoo.
I don't like Boohoo. I like Shopbop.
Okay.
I don't
Just
even gotta be like
important.
accurate. Yeah.
Important
Really?
to
I
differentiate.
hate fast fashion. It's disgusting.
Okay, wait. So, I think I want to like say I want to give a real answer to every question. So I'm gonna say my pride probably gets in the way when I'm just thinking about like what I should do about this current controversy. Like, I care so much about people think about me that I have to like go and like write an article about it.
Who gives you advice in these situations? Like, do you have a publicist or like
No,
Lauren?
I'm my own
You
publicist,
have
and I'm
a
proud of that.
publicist friend who helps you when
Sure.
you ask.
Yes. Lizzie, our friend, who also is known as
feel like you should have a
the feminist
publicist.
rants girl.
Yeah, Lizzie,
why would I pay
hashtag
for
feminist
more? Why would I pay when I've done such a good job for the past 4 years?
And you also could just get free advice whenever you want.
Well, I don't want to take advantage of Lizzie,
No, but
but
just
she's
one
there
simple
during
question.
crisis. She's helped me through a
I
couple.
feel like it's I feel like if I was at your level, I would have one for situations like this. I wouldn't pay them all the time.
I think no, that's what they're on retainer. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
you
you
have
pay
to
them
pay for them
all-
monthly.
Then
Do
I
you,
wouldn't.
do you have a
either.
manager?
You have a publicist.
So I do. I got a publicist.
That's the reason you on this podcast.
I
girl.
love
that is the reason you
I'm
have
about to get a publicist tomorrow.
I want one.
Well, I had like a relationship. Like, my best friend started working for a company, and I was like, if I'm gonna have a publicist, I know my friend will like be on the shit for me and like grind for me, and it's not just a random company that's just taking my money. And I bothered the shit out of her. I'm like, what's going on with this? What's going on with this? But she also gets me. Like, I just had nothing, and like they gave me a family friends discount. So like I worked a situation, but it's about like networking, like you using your friend, and like my friend is working for me. But also like never doubt how much you could do for yourself, and like I think that's like very cool.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it right now, so I'm going to keep it where it is. If I like saw myself slipping, then I'd think.
Yeah.
Twice.
I don't think you don't really need one. I guess.
Yeah, it all because
I think I let my pride and ego get in the way when it comes to like family matters. I don't know, but I can't elaborate on it. That just like popped in my head.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like siblings when they fight, where like they could be so right about something, but you're like, I don't like you, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, where you would never do that to any other human.
Yeah, like I don't really take my parents' advice. I'm like, no, you don't know.
Did you
like, You
ever?
have no idea. No, but my parents have always been like super encouraging. But no, if I took their advice, I'd be like home, like, and I'd be a lawyer or a doctor.
I'm 31 and I still won't make any big decision without talking to my
Yeah,
parents.
you guys are like so opposite. I like do everything without my parents.
But that means that you have a good like inner voice that you listen to, like you trust yourself.
And
She
somewhat of an
really like
ego.
finds the light in everything.
But I'm like you in that, because I was a tennis player, like I would do whatever my parents told me to do, and I wouldn't make any decisions without them. And it took me a while to realize my parents are human and like do dumb shit too, and I can't take their word like God. You know?
100%.
Yeah, that's true. You
Yeah.
gotta learn that.
Yeah.
Yep. I always like to say like dating is finding someone whose parents fucked them up in a compatible way to how your parents fucked you up.
I love that.
But then you realize your parents don't even know how their parents fucked you up, so we
Yeah.
all fucked.
Yeah. But it's all like, it's a good fucking up, right? We all came out great.
I mean, it's so
Some,
people who aren't
talking to
fucked up
us,
are boring.
We're fine. We don't know who's listening. You may not be so good.
That is true.
Last
Last
one.
question. When was the last time you lusted over somebody?
Oh, damn.
Every fucking minute of the day.
Are you a horn dog?
I got it in on Saturday.
Good for you.
I'll share.
I'll share next week.
I'll share next week, guys, because it was with the guy that ghosted me in Paris.
I mean, it was really impressive the way she turned the story around.
But I was just so
Never say
fucking.
die.
I was so fucking
That's
horny.
almost as good
Yeah.
as actually turning it around.
I'm so yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of lust over him right now. But it's also like when your vagina's like throbbing to have it again. It's like that kind of lust too. Where I'm like,
wow, right.
Well, like Paris sounds sexy. Anything with
nothing
Paris
happened in
involved.
Paris.
Just saying the word Paris, I'm like, what?
Ghosted in Paris.
It's the greatest city in the world. Anyways, that's who I'm lusting over right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I lust over people this week, so
Lauren's always lusting too. I
always
feel like.
lusting.
Yeah, and I just like to stare at Jared's face as much as possible.
You're always lusting over
never,
Jared.
It never gets old. I'm like, why is your face so great?
I love that. It's so romantic.
I mean, like I said on the first season of Paradise, and his mom reminds me, like she loves this line so much. I said like my eyes were meant to look at him, and I to this day I'm still like so entertained by looking at his face.
And I feel like he doesn't know like how perfect his face is.
Oh, he doesn't get it. He thinks he's not that
such
great.
a dude.
But that's the best part about
That's
him.
why we like
That's why
him.
he's the best. Yeah.
Even though he, calls your house condo or whatever.
I was taking a picture because you know how he had to take
Yeah.
a picture with the Citizen Watch. Shout out to Citizen. They're the reason why Jared and I got to go to the Avengers premiere yesterday.
Cool.
But anyway, so he had to take a picture with it. So I'm like, oh, Jared, do you want me to help you before you leave? You might as well knock it out now.
Yeah.
So we're taking pictures. And he just like literally looks like actual Superman with this jawline. And he's like, I'm like, what? I'm like, this is going to be an Esquire or GQ. I'm like, this is nuts. Like, you got it.
Yeah,
So
if a
funny.
guy knows he's hot, it's unattractive to me.
100%.
I don't need that energy in my life. So how I typically wrap up Berning in Hell is like you guys giving some form of advice for how you cope with your hell. And your hell could be like any dark time, any situation that you feel a little helpless and dark. What is your advice for the listeners of how you cope?
A nap will never hurt your feelings.
Oh, Lauren.
Actually, like, time heals shit, and there's no better way to pass time.
You also don't eat while you're napping, so you're going to lose weight at the same time.
True.
Boom.
I love a depression nap.
Yep.
You guys are hilarious. The way I whenever I get in a really negative space or I'm like really unhappy or just have anxiety for no reason or just like personal hell, I have this thing called the 5-minute journal, and I like write down like things that I'm grateful for because I really feel like that's the opposite. Like gratitude is the opposite of like all those shitty feelings. Like, why don't I have this, or why isn't this working out? And then you just sit for a second and remember like, oh, I'm healthy and my parents are alive and like I have great friends and I have a job, and you're like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah,
It shifts your perspective.
I used to do that all the time when I was like studying for tests, which because like at 22, that was like the biggest stress was just like being in the library studying. And then I'd like take a break and I'd be like, all that matters at the end of the day is that you and your family are happy, healthy, and safe. Music exists. And it was like all hippy dippy because like I think also we've talked about
Boy
this a
bands
time.
exist.
Yeah, no, like I'd like at 22, 20, 22, I feel like music is also like a huge part of your life, like really speaks your feelings. Anyway, but then yes, I would remind myself of this. But I think that 2 car rides in my life may have changed my life. Ooh. I think a long car ride by yourself, listening to music that you think like can really like change your outlook on something, can be super helpful. But I just remember these 2 road trips where I was by myself and it was like 4 hours and 6 hours. And I literally think that it put me in such a positive mindset about certain things that it may have like made like the power of positive thinking, like just really worked in this instance because I didn't think about anything else. And I was like so free and like in love with the world during these car rides.
Yeah.
So weird.
I think that's exactly what meditating is you
That
set an
is
intention.
so meditative.
You set an
So
intention and you're like in
meditative.
a trance where you're thinking about one thing. Ashley, that's so
And you
genius.
didn't have to use drugs.
Yeah. Or just go to
You
a
didn't have to
Hanson
trip
concert.
at all.
Yep.
You had a natural trip.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
So that was Berning in Hell, guys.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Hannah,
This is
you're
so
the best.
fun.
And thanks for
I
coming
feel like we
on.
just had like a mini intervention for all of us.
It was really
fun.
good.
That was great. Where can people find you and your podcast?
Oh yeah, follow Berning in Hell, BERN.
BRN?
BERN.
BERN.
Like her last
ING,
name.
Yeah.
my last name Berner. It's a cute pun. And then follow me at Being Burns, BEING BERNZ on Insta.
Cute.
Yay,
Thanks, guys.
You're
So
the
good.
best.
Thank
Thanks for coming
you,
on.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you know what? This made me think about a podcast idea that I think is a really good one. We could have other podcast hosts come here and interview us more often using their theme of their podcast.
Yeah, their format,
and that could be like
yeah.
a new series of ours. So
That's
you guys
cute.
let us know on the Facebook
Yeah.
page if you like that idea.
I like it.
I love
You're going to
it.
introduce a new podcast too. Okay, bye.
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 Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.